I'm Colin Slaysell, a detective constable with the Transport Police, and I'm based at Telton Meads CID in Bristol. We have a dedicated team of officers that work in Bristol that investigate and deal with graffiti offences and those who commit the offences. And we're part, obviously, of a much larger national team that's dedicated towards investigating those criminal offences. We share a database of information and images with this council and all councils across England and Wales, as well as all police forces across England and Wales as well.
When I got caught, it was rubbish.
Got busted about 7 months ago in the process of being convicted for various graffiti crimes.
I got caught for it about 2 months ago. I was on my way to work in the morning. I just didn't think anything of it. I was doing a tag on a bin and a lamppost. A police car went straight past. I ran down the hill because I sort of knew what was going to happen, but he caught me on the other side of the road. He took my name and my address. About a week later, 2 weeks later, I had a knocking on my door at like 7:30 in the morning.
They came to my house.
They raided my house.
Came in at like 7:45 in the morning.
They raided my girlfriend's house.
My parents' house.
My best friend's house.
Went in my room, went through all my stuff, hijacked all my photos, kidnapped my computer.
I never realised what it was doing at the time. Just seemed a bit of fun.
Because they found sufficient evidence, I thought it was wise to admit it, but still, I didn't know if they were going to make an example of me. I didn't know if I was going to go inside.
I just had to admit it, and admit it was me.
There's something like 395 accounts of criminal damage, just totalling over £1 million.
My house was covered in like evidence that it was me, so I couldn't really not admit it.
There is always a possibility that you're going to come across a magistrate that really hates graffiti.
If you're under 17 and you're brought before the magistrate's court for committing graffiti offences, the likelihood is you are going to wind up with a criminal record, and that's going to follow you around for some considerable time. Not only that, you could also wind up with an antisocial behaviour order, which could quite severely restrict your movements and what you can and can't carry and who you can and can't associate with.
I've now been on bail for 7 months, on curfew, not allowed out past 9 o'clock. It's kind of wrecked my life, to be honest.
And I would have been in a proper man prison, you know, with proper men, proper criminals. Nah.
Basically, they will get you. There's the database now where they store your tags.
As we're building a case against a particular suspect, we will generally know what tags he is using and what crews we think he belongs to. So what we will do is we'll research the National Graffiti database as well as other databases that the police and councils hold in order to build a fullest picture as possible of what that particular person has been up to, so that we can present that evidence to the Crown Prosecution Service so they can make the correct judgments and an informed judgment as to what that person's been up to and what course of action we should take against him.
Sneaking around at night on the train tracks is a dangerous thing. People in London have just died from being hit by a fast train on the main line.
Has anyone ever been hurt doing graffiti? Unfortunately, yes. 2 young men were disturbed whilst they were putting graffiti up on the side of a tube train in Barking and fled or tried to flee the scene of what they were doing. And unfortunately, they got struck and killed by a passing tube train. Regrettably, those 2 young men met their death simply for putting up graffiti on the side of a tube train. The likelihood is you are going to wind up with a criminal record, or you could wind up hurting yourself, or in fact even getting killed.